Good morning, children. Welcome back to your social class with your social teachers, Lakshna. Children, hope you are very excited for the class. Yes? So let's start. Okay. Children, what we have discussed in our previous class about continents and oceans. Yes? We have learned about the continents, oceans and the globe in our previous class. What is a globe, children? Globe is a miniature model of the earth. Miniature means a small model of the earth, and it shows the earth as a whole. Yes? And this globe, it is taken from a Latin word globus, which means round, mass or sphere. On the globe, these continents and oceans, they are shown using different colors. The green color is used to show the continents, whereas blue color for the oceans. Here, what are continents, children? Very large continuous stretches of land are known as continents. Very large continuous stretches of land are known as continents, and very large water bodies are known as oceans. So there are 7 continents and 5 oceans. There are 7 continents and 5 oceans. What are the 7 continents, children? Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. Asia is the largest continent in the world. Asia is the largest continent in the world, and our country India lies in the Asia continent. And this Asia continent, it is surrounded by oceans on 3 sides. How many sides? 3 sides. And what are those oceans, children? On the east by Pacific Ocean, on the south by the Indian Ocean, on the north by the Arctic Ocean. Australia is the smallest continent, and it is also known as the island continent, as it is surrounded by water on all the sides. Island means a piece of land surrounded by water on all the sides. So Australia is surrounded by water on all the sides. It is known as island continent. How many oceans are there, children? There are 5 main oceans. What are they? The Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Antarctic or Southern Ocean and the Arctic Ocean. Yes, so these are the 7 continents and oceans which we have learned, and the Pacific Ocean is the largest and the deepest ocean, whereas the Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean on the earth. And children, there are smaller bodies, smaller water bodies which are smaller than the oceans. They are water bodies which are smaller than the oceans, which we call as seas. We call them as seas. The water bodies which are smaller than the oceans are known as seas. Seas are the salt water bodies. Yes, children? So now in today's class we will learn about something new. Like I have said, your globe is a miniature model of the earth, and when you see the globe, children, you find some lines on it. You find some lines. Those are the imaginary lines, children. Actually, there are no lines on the earth or on the globe. Those are the imaginary lines, and we find 2 sets of imaginary lines. How many sets? 2 sets. What are those? The horizontal line. There are 2 sets of imaginary lines which we find on the globe, and they are the horizontal lines and the vertical lines. The horizontal lines which we find on the globe are called the lines of latitudes, and the vertical lines are known as the lines of longitudes. These horizontal lines, they run parallel to each other, and they are known as parallels or lines of parallels. Whereas the lines of longitudes or the vertical lines, they run from the North Pole to the South Pole and they meet at the poles. Here, as I said, there are horizontal lines and the vertical lines on the globe. These are the imaginary lines. These are the imaginary lines which we can find on the globe. And the longest line of latitude, it is the equator. It is the equator. And this equator, it is a horizontal line in the middle of the earth which divides the earth into two equal halves. The northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. As I said, the shape of the earth is like a sphere, round like a sphere. And this equator is also an imaginary line, and it divides the earth into two equal halves, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Hemisphere means half of the sphere. Hemisphere means half of the sphere. So this equator, it divides the earth into two equal halves, which is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So how many sets of lines are there, children? Two. What are those? The horizontal lines and the vertical lines. So as I said we can see these continents and oceans on the globe, which is a model of the earth. And is there any other way where we can see these continents and oceans? Yes, definitely. It's the maps. With the help of the maps, we can understand the different places. Yes, children. But is it round like the globe? No, not at all. The map, it is a drawing. Map is a drawing of the surface of the earth on a flat surface. Map, it is a drawing of the earth or a part of it on a flat surface like a sheet of paper. Map, it is a drawing of the earth or a part of it on a flat surface like a paper. Yes. So here, map is not round in shape like the globe, but it is flat like a sheet of paper. And children, we can get a map of the world, a map of the country, a map of the state, and map of the district also. So here, the whole earth can be shown, or a part of the earth also can be shown with the help of a map. Yes? So most of the people, they use these maps. And children, we have so many types of maps which we learn in our 4th and 5th classes. So the different types of maps like political map, physical map, thematic map, and so many maps are there, children. When these all maps, they are put together in a book. When all these maps, they are put together in a book, that book, it is known as atlas. What is atlas, children? A book of maps. Atlas is a book of maps. So, when all the different kinds of maps, they are put together in a book, we call it as atlas. And atlas means a book of maps. Yes, children? So, the map can be drawn showing the whole earth, the whole world, or a part of the earth like the state, country, or district. Children, once we will recap what we have learnt in today's class. Yes? So, we have learnt about the different kinds of lines on the map or the globe. So, what are these different lines, children? The horizontal lines and the vertical lines. So, the horizontal lines which we can see on the globe are known as the lines of latitude. And these lines of latitude, they are parallel to each other and they are known as the lines of parallels. So one of the latitude, which is the equator. The equator, it divides the earth into two equal halves, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Hemisphere means half of the sphere. And we also find another set of lines called the vertical lines or the lines of longitude. And they run from the North Pole to the South Pole. Okay, so these longitudes, they run from the North Pole to the South Pole. And they help us to find where we are from the east or west from the longitude. Okay, 0 degree longitude. We also have learnt about maps. What are maps? Maps are the drawings of the earth or a part of it on a flat surface like a sheet of paper. Yes? And children, the art of making the map, is known as cartography. It is known as cartography. The science and art of making a map is known as cartography, and the person who makes this map is known as cartographer. The person who makes the map are known as the cartographer. So there are so many types of maps. The country map, world map, state map, and so on. Yes, because the map can show the whole world or a part of the earth also. So we have so many types of maps like physical map, political map, thematic map, road maps, and so many. When all these maps are put together in a book, we call it as atlas. What do we call it, children? Atlas. Atlas means a book of maps. Atlas means a book of maps. So here, children, we have learned about the imaginary lines. And what are the imaginary lines? Are they really there on the globe, children? No, they are just the imaginary lines, the horizontal lines and the vertical lines. Yes, and maps are the drawings of the earth or a part of it on a flat surface like a sheet of paper. The art and science of making the map is known as cartography, and the person who makes the map is known as the cartographer. And when all the maps are put together in a book, we call it as atlas. Atlas means a book of maps. Children, I hope you have understood all the concepts of the lesson, and we will meet in our next class with a new topic. Thank you.